Why do you really think that Jesus asked his disciples who the people thought he was, or whom the disciples themselves thought he himself was? Was it because he did not know what people thought or who the people thought he was already? Or the thinking of the disciples? Of course he knew, because we saw from some of the texts we have read, particularly last week, for instance, he knew people's thoughts. And in fact, he would even respond to the thoughts that they have in their hearts. So he was doing a particular thing, and people were thinking, he would respond to their thoughts. Like, remember the case of when he was there in the synagogue to heal the man who was sick. They were thinking, they were looking to see whether or not he knew their thoughts, and he would respond to their thoughts. So Jesus knew their thoughts. He was asking because he wanted an opportunity to teach. If you look at that reading very well, you know, Jesus, you note that Jesus was also very, very systematic in his pattern of teaching. It was very systematic. The ultimate reason for me why Jesus was asking the disciples who the people thought he was, or they themselves thought Jesus was to teach them who the Christ really is, and the need to keep what is called the messianic secret. That's what I think was the reason why he did that. Because ultimately, he taught them that. He didn't want to just tell them, I am the Christ. This is what the Christ will do. He asked them systematically, who do the people think that the Son of Man is? He started by that. This, that. Who do you think someone is? And they said the Christ. He knew, they already knew him. Because if you like, they were already part of the inner caucus. They already have seen, heard, experienced some of the things that he did, some of the things that he said, references he made to himself. They have watched him pray. Remember today, they've seen him praying. So it was during this prayer, they were with him. When he was saying this prayer, so the time when Jesus was praying alone, the disciples were with him. So they probably saw him talk to the Father. They probably saw the way, manner and mood in which he prays. They knew that this is the Messiah. This can't just be ordinary man. It can be someone like us. This is the Son of God. So they knew this is the Messiah. And so he asked them, who do they think he was? And then they said the Messiah, said the Christ, that is the Messiah, the Christ of God. Then it was an opportunity for him to then tell them what he wanted to tell them. He charged them to tell no one. That's what it's called, the messianic secret. The messianic secret is the purposeful attempt made by Jesus to hide from the people the fact that he is the Messiah. What was the reason for that? The reason was because the people were expecting the Messiah. They were expecting a king who would come to be a political leader who would redeem them from the hands of the Romans. They were under this, they were subjected to the Roman authority, and they saw that as a big burden, and so they prayed, and they had that prophecy that some Messiah will come someday who will set them free. But they did not understand in full terms what the Messiah was supposed to do, who he would be. Because Isaiah 53 talks about the Messiah also as the suffering servant of Yahweh, who would come and pass through suffering. So people did not understand that. And so Jesus explained to his inner caucus today that he is not just the Messiah, but the Messiah who would come and fulfill what was said, even in the prophecy. He said to them today, the Son of Man must suffer many things. He will be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised. Jesus made this known only to his disciples, who now knew who he was, so that they will keep it secret, so that people do not know. If they knew, they probably will blow it, and probably will get out, even to the Roman authorities, that this is the Messiah, and then they will probably kill him even before time. So he needed to tread carefully so as to be able to fulfill his mission and at his appointed time. Because God set a time for that. So you need to manage the period according to his laid out plan. So it's all part of it. But his inner caucus needed to understand this. If they did not understand it, they probably would just go out and talk about it freely, and then people will come in and they'll blow it everywhere, and to go out, he needed to keep it secret. That was the reason for the messianic secret. And that is what we see in the gospel today. That's the reason why Jesus kept it. For us too, it's a very big and important lesson. There are certain things that we have to keep ourselves. It's not everything you just start, blah, blah, blah. Every household has a secret. Every household. So we pray that God will grant us the ability to be able to hold on to the strength that we have in keeping secrets. It's important, keeping secrets. We have to talk about this all of the time. It's part of the ministry. The priest is required to keep secret at confessions. Keeping secret is part of the ministry. Essential part of the ministry, very essential. So everything you just hear, you just blow outside. If you don't keep secrets, no one will come to you, no one will confide in you, no one will tell you anything. No one will tell you their problems, no one will tell you their sorrows, they have sorrows. You need to learn to keep secrets. It's very important. When we say 10-1, we call it in the Catholic Church internal forum. When someone comes to you in the internal forum and comes to tell you something secretive and say this is a secret, open his mind and lays his heart to you. You need to learn to keep it. Jesus had his able to keep this until the Son of Man is raised from the dead. Then it will have been, if you come to the open, it will rather promote the salvific work than destroy it. Because already done it is gone. And so they can hear it now and know that the Messiah was there. He came and they didn't treat him well. That was what line he was meant to follow. That was his destiny. He says, some man is destined to die. That's what he says. Some man must suffer. He's destined to die. So when he fulfills his destiny, if he throws out to the open, then there's no problem. But the secret must be kept. So we must learn this, even as children. That's it is, in order to be able to open up, you trust certain persons, you tell them. If children tell you secrets, tell you things that they want to work on, and you are not able to hear them, no one will tell you anything anymore. No one will tell you anything. So we must learn. Disciples of Jesus have to learn to keep the secret. The Lord help us to be able to keep the hearts and minds of people when they trust them to us through Christ our Lord.